Did you know adding a name to a baby blanket makes it more personal? Today in this video, we're going to show you how I added a name to a little baby blanket that's also called a blanket buddy. It's not a flat blanket. It has a little like teddy bear. It can have all kinds of different things. I made one this last Christmas for a friend of mine that had a baby. I'll put the picture up there. And I did not personalize it because I wasn't sure if they wanted the name on there or not. So I didn't put a name. But one of my customers came by and asked if I could put a name on this little blanket. And I said, of course. So it makes it more personal. These days, having something made for somebody or personalized, it means a lot more, I've noticed. Giving the same thing, everybody could get the same thing, but having it personalized is different. So in the video today, I'll walk you through the items that I used. The only thing I didn't show at the start with the items was straight pins, because those I just keep around. When you're a sewer, you just do it. So, but you'll see in the video, I do say, hey, I added it. So that's me. I like to do it that way. That's my preference. It just makes it much easier. I've been doing this for so long that it's second nature. And boy, at the start, I messed up. And you do not want to be messing up on somebody's personal item, because you don't know if they could get another one, or you're saying to them, hey, I'll pay to have another one, shipped. Or if you bought it at a certain store, could you tell me where you got it? Because you have to go get one because you messed up the item, you ruined it. So hopefully this will help somebody out, that you won't go through what I went through over the times. So I hope you enjoy this video, and please let me know. And next will be all the steps on how I add a name to a blanket. I'm going to explain a few items I need to embroider a name on this little snuggle blanket. Okay. Of course, thread. We're matching it similar to a little bit darker than the pink that's here. We want to do that. It'll make it look nicer. So we're doing it just a little bit more pink than the soft light pink, because if you put that across here, it's not going to show up. Of course, you want to measure where you're going to put it on the blanket, which I've made sure the design is within the size that I need. Next thing, it's going to be done in the 4x4 hoop. So most standard embroidery machines, they come with a 4x4. Some of the brother ones, this is the only size they take. Of course, my machine takes quite larger. But this is the hoop we're going to be using today. And we're going to be, of course, you have your design on a thumb drive here. Sorry, I'm going to open it. And just slide it into the sewing machine. And sewing an embroidery machine, I apologize. And it has the design of the name on here. I already created that. And then this is a sticky back, because this blanket, where I need it, is not going to fit because of the little bear. So we're going to use the sticky back to go ahead and stick the blanket between these gauges here, these little divots on and this is the center. They have the same things right here. so you can see them. And I'm going to put it right where I want it. So it'll make it much easier with the sticky and just flatten it straight out. Now, there is one more item I didn't have in the picture because I don't leave it out because my cats, if they lick it, it's a dissolve away. But this one's a clear one, okay? We're going to put that on top when we do this embroidery. So the embroidery doesn't sink into this fur, okay? It's light, it's very low, but still it will sink in because the machine's going real fast. It pulls the threads through and it'll sink into it and you can't always see it. So this is the best way to do is float it on top like I'm going to do, and it will hold and allow it to stitch across. Then I can just pull this off and pick out the little pieces. It's washable, it dissolves in water, but this was for a customer, so I don't want to necessarily wet it. I'll let the customer wash it if they want to wash it, but you won't know it's there because it'll be gone. Okay, so with that said, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hoop it up, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's hooped. I have this hooped, and to tell if it's really in there tight, you're going to hear it. So you know it's quite tight and you want it in there tight because the material is going to stick to this, well, what's under it. To break that seal, you just want to run a straight needle across around your hoop like so. You could just pick out a section and do it, but I don't because I like to have the blanket secure so it doesn't move. And then you just peel it off. This is sticky. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and align this on there. I'm going to follow my lines to where I want it to show. And I want to kind of have it across here. So I'm going to bring it right over here like so. I'll push my fingers just like so on those little buttons and push down on it. Now, I have this point lined up. If you notice, the bear's a little off. These are pre-made blankets, so it's going to happen. But this lines up to that divot that's right here on my frame. So, not going to worry that this doesn't. This is also 2-layer, so you can tell it lifts. So what I'm going to do is take this little pin here, and I'm going to pin it down to my design. It's not easy to do. There we go. So it catches it. Okay? And then by spreading it out really good, I'm going to put this on it when it gets in the machine. So next we're going to go ahead and hook up the unit for the machine. As you can see, I've added some pins here, here, and then on the flip side there to hold this clear washway on there. Makes it much easier. It's on there, it's centered, looks good. So we are going to go ahead and start embroidering. it is complete. So we're just going to remove the needles from here. Give you guys an idea. And I'm going to open up this hoop so you guys can. There we go. It's not easy to do one-handed, especially when you're holding it. But you'll just pull it apart. See how the plastic this comes off. I'm gonna turn this way. Okay. I'm gonna move it that side. And this just tears all off. You just beat it off like so. And then I'll work all this out with a pair of tweezers. A special embroidery tweezers. And I'll pull all this out and you won't even know it was there. That makes it nice. And you can give it back to the customer. Let them know if they see a shine on it or anything like that. It's a wash away. You can wash the blanket immediately. So if this is for a baby that's going to be put in its mouth, you'll want to definitely wash it. If it's a little one, you want to do the same thing. But I don't know what, parents use. I was particular about my detergent when my daughter was young. So, but that's all you do. And I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So here's the completed embroidery all cleaned up. I can show you the back here. Pulled all the white off. So it's really clean. I like to have my items go back to the customer really clean. So I always pull the back off everything, especially for a child. That for me is very important. So here is the completed name on the blanket. I hope everybody enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I hope you have a wonderful day.